All right, welcome to today's lesson on agricultural shop safety. Make sure you fill in your listening guide as this video moves along. It will be used as your study guide for your shop safety test. So, common causes of farm accidents. As you can see from this pie chart, it is broken down into the various causes of farm accidents. Drowning at 12%, getting hit by objects 9%, falling 5%, firearms 6%, animals 4%, burns 2%, all others 9%, electrical current 7%, farm machinery, the biggest one, at 44%, and then finally poisoning at 2%. No, I'm not really sure what falls into the all others category. So, majority of all accidents occur on machinery and in the shop. So, some of the common causes of accidents where injuries may result from include falling, inhaling, electrical contact, exposure to heat or cold, striking against something, getting hit by something, getting caught in something, and exposure to fire. Now, for the shop safety rules. You should report any injury immediately to myself. I will determine the extent of the injury and decide on what our plan of action needs to be, whether we need to go ahead and call the school nurse, or if we need to take care of it ourselves, or if for some reason that we would even need to go ahead and call an ambulance. So always make sure, no matter how minor the injury is, that you report it to me immediately. Make sure to keep the shop clean and free of tools, materials, fuels, and waste materials such as trash. You should absolutely not work in the shop without permission. Unless one of the 3 ag teachers has given you permission to work in the shop, you should not be in the shop at all, much less using any of the power tools without our permission. Absolutely no horseplay in the shop. So no pushing, no playing, no throwing anything, no general misbehavior. They are definitely some of the most common ways for people to get injured in the shop. So no horseplay. Before you make any adjustments to the tools, make sure you unplug them. Some people think that turning them off is enough, but it's not. You need to unplug the tool before you, say, change out a saw blade, something of that nature. It keeps someone from accidentally turning the saw back on while you're using it. Such an instance could cause a major accident. Make sure you report broken and missing tools. If you can't find a tool, let me know and I will help you find it, or we might even have a tool that has been stolen and that we need to replace. If a tool is broken, please let me know so that we can either repair the tool or we can replace the tool. You should always check and make sure the tool is in proper working order and properly adjusted before you use it. You should always know where the fire extinguishers are located in the shop. In our shop, fire extinguishers are located by the majority of the exits to the shop. Fire extinguishers also have a big red rectangle painted around them so they're easily located. When you're working in the welding area, you should provide ventilation. Our shop has 2 ventilation systems, so if you're in the welding area and you're going to weld, you need to make sure that you turn on the big overhead exhaust fan and the individual exhaust fans that are located in each welding booth. When you're handling hot metal, you shouldn't just have gloves on. You should actually pick up the hot metal using tongs. Gloves give you a false sense of security because a piece of metal can be so hot that the heat actually goes all the way through the glove without damaging the glove. The heat just transfers too, and you can still get a significant burn even though you have leather welding gloves on. So you should always use tongs to pick up hot metal. You should also assume that all metal is hot. Just by looking at the metal, you can't determine whether or not the metal is hot or not. You never know when someone, being stupid, takes a piece of hot metal they just got through welding on and tosses it into the scrap pile, and then you come along, reach down and grab it up, and you get burned. So you should always assume that all metal in the welding area is hot. Don't watch welding with the naked eye. If you do watch welding with the naked eye for any length of time, you can cause eye damage. You can get your eyes burned, and if you watch it long enough, you could actually do permanent eye damage. If you've ever had your eyes burned, you know it is absolutely no fun and extremely painful. I've burned my eyes before while I was fishing. I was on the water fishing for about 10 hours. The sun bouncing off the water all day into my eyes caused my eyes to get burned fairly badly. It hurt exceedingly bad. So you do not, trust me, you do not want to get your eyes burned. So make sure that you don't watch welding with the naked eye. If there happens to be a problem in the gas welding area, you should immediately turn off the tanks to the oxyacetylene systems or the tank to our MIG welder. You should turn them off immediately. That stops the flow of fuel, the flow of gas to the fire or any problem, and keeps there from being an explosion. Flashback in oxyacetylene welding is when the flame goes back into the hose. We do have flashback preventers on our oxyacetylene setups, so we shouldn't have any problems with flashback in our shop.